everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Matt Swendiman. I'm the CEO of KeyBridge Compliance here in Greater Cincinnati. I'm fortunate to have with us Paul Darwish. Paul Darwish has been a friend for many, many years, but more exciting, he and I are starting a new opportunity to work with RIAs throughout the country, and we're calling it RIA RoundTable. So, Paul, thanks for being with us today. Love for you to share with our audience a little bit of your background, and then maybe we can join together to describe RIA RoundTable and how we're looking to help that community.
Matt, great. Thanks, as always. The real quick background on me is sort of came out of marketing at Procter & Gamble many moons ago, and then sort of moved into the world of entrepreneurship. I've had several startups that have gone well, and then also had a couple of corporate stints as well. You and I spent several years together at a local law firm here where I was overseeing business development and marketing. So that was a great experience. And of course, that was a place where you first came up with your compliance business. And so it's been fun to watch your career over the years. And then now I'm super excited to get the chance to work with you today on the RIA Roundtable. I guess I should preface that by saying most recently, I moved from consulting into the world of coaching. I love working with clients one-on-one, but I also have come to find that they really appreciate community as part of that coaching as well. So as we're going to explore today, I think the RIA Roundtable will take the best of community and coaching along with some education to really give people tremendous value.
No, that's great. And I think probably to start, when we are talking about RIA Roundtable, what does that look like? What are we trying to bring to the RIA community?
I think in short, we like to refer to it as a peer-to-peer learning community. So when I was at the law firm with you, I think you're well aware of the fact that the firm was part of a roundtable with similarly sized firms throughout the country. And the managing partner and the chief marketing officers would get together on a frequent basis to compare notes, to benchmark, to share ideas. So we sort of borrowed from that idea, taking the best of other roundtables such as Vistage, my experience in coaching, to create this monthly meeting of minds where we'll have 10 RIAs from around the country, so they're not in competing markets, similarly sized. And we're going to spend some time focused on education, on monthly events, as well as benchmarking, also coaching. So there's lots of benefits for people to have.
I think one thing you mentioned, for example, I had the opportunity to be a Vistage member earlier in my career. And one of the benefits there was that peer-to-peer, as you described. Here with RIA Roundtable, I think the biggest difference is everybody that'll be a part of this is in that RIA community, as opposed to Vistage or some other groups where you may have people that are bringing information to the table that may not be as relevant or on point.
Absolutely. So I think there's two primary benefits, well, three that you and I have talked about doing. One is that, by having people from the same industry, they're focused on the same issues, they have the same challenges, the same opportunities. So there's tremendous value in that sharing among peers. The second thing is we're going to be very intentional about limiting the group to 10 people. One of the negative pieces of feedback I've heard from other roundtables is they tend to grow too large in size, and then the individual members don't feel like they get enough attention on their business. So we're going to make a very conscious intention to give 2 members a strong spotlight each and every month. And then I think the third thing, which is also beneficial in this group, is that they get 2 moderators, and they get your tremendous experience in the industry over many, many years. And then I bring to it sort of a different entrepreneurial approach, but also my experience as a coach, and they'll get the benefit of that one-on-one coaching every month as well.
So to that point, our vision right now would be to have monthly meetings, most of which would be held virtually, likely on a similar day of the month over and over again. But amongst those 10 people, they're going to have some opportunities to host, and we're really going to have a chance to not only have the benefit of the group that will have the learning, but we're also going to have the social component. I'd love to have you talk a little bit about what your vision is there.
Absolutely. So I think what we've discussed is we'll meet monthly. We'll have 10 of those will be virtual meetings, and then twice a year we'll get together in person at one of the participants' home cities. They can show off their city, show off their place of work. So that's always a real fun part of it. On the virtual piece, we'll meet for a half day, come together around 8:30, sort of an icebreaker, touch base personally. We'll have an hour of educational content. And again, another one of the unique benefits is we really want our participants to be responsible for presenting one topic per year. So everyone has their strengths. We're going to ask each of our members to kind of go deep into an area that they're especially adept at for the benefit of the community. So we'll have that hour of content between 9 and 10, short break at 10, come back at 10:15 to have an outside speaker come in and present on a topic of interest to people. One of the things we've talked about for the first month, perhaps, is artificial intelligence and how it impacts your industry. Do that for an hour, and then 11 o'clock, we'll take time to spotlight 2 different members and maybe some specific issues that they're having. Do a quick summary. We'll be done by noon. When we come together in person, again, like you said, we'll probably pick a similar date, the 3rd Thursday of every month, or whatever the case may be. Come in on a Thursday night, or Thursday morning, pardon me. And we'll meet all day Thursday. So we'll have from sort of 9 to 5 educational content. Have dinner that night at a restaurant of the choosing of the host, and then we'll come back together on Friday for 2 hours in the morning for more educational content and more spotlight on the members. So very full menu. You and I have talked about the topics. You might even want to. I'll throw that over to you. Why don't you talk about some of the topics we talked about using as part of the curriculum?
Sure. I mean, the numbers are almost endless. But for example, you and I had mentioned, AI. I think that's going to be a big part of every firm, but certainly RIAs in the future. But custody issues, fees, different regulatory considerations. How do you grow? How do you hire? I mean, at its most important, and I think this is one of the great things about the coaching and the background you bring. These are small business owners. They want to be in a position to learn how to maximize the value and the efficiencies of their business. I do think I can bring something to the table as it relates to the specifics of the RIA community. But I think together, not only the 2 of us, but with that group of people, I think there's an opportunity for people to really learn a lot from each other and help one another in a way that's going to be very fun and really engaging.
Absolutely. I think in addition to learning from one another, we're also going to spend some time on self-discovery, self-awareness. You and I have both been part of organizations where we utilize different personality tests or strengths tests. We did strength finders at the law firm. I'm a big fan of DISC. Perhaps we use the Enneagram. So we'll use lots of different tools to help people grow in their self-discovery and in their role as a leader, which is essential to a high-growth business, which is what we're focused on in the roundtable.
So I think our goal today was just to provide a very high-level introduction to people out there that are listening to this. Where would people find out more if they wanted to learn more about RIA Roundtable?
They can go to the RIARoundTable.com, and there's more information there in terms of the agenda, potential topics, and other things that people want to know about.
That's great. Paul, thank you for taking the time today. I hope those of you that are watching, if you have any interest in learning more about RIA Roundtable, you'll go to the landing page. Certainly reach out to Paul and me or folks here at Keybridge Compliance. And we're excited to see where this can go. And Paul, I'm excited to have an opportunity to go into 2024 working with you more closely and together. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you, Matt. Great to be with you.
You too.